Yo, what's up? I'm back today and I was just checking some things, just making a video, build video. But then today we got some interesting information to say the least. It seems that the meta is changing again for title update 1. We received a tweet from the Monster Hunter official tweet, of course, and I'll go. I can't speak today, I'm so tired. Alright, for the first title update we're adding new content regarding anomaly research. In relation to that, here's a sneak peek at Curios from the Curios crafting, which allows for armor upgrades. The upgrades utilize new materials that will be added with the update. Please look forward to more news. Well, we already knew that we were going to get more afflicted monsters, which meant more materials. And personally, I was kind of curious to know what we would do with the new materials. I already kind of discussed this with some people. My personal opinion was that we'd have an expanded weapon tree, because right now we're having 70,000 monsters. They have insane HP, and yes, we can kill them now, but if this is what we're getting with base Sunbreak, with title updates we might go up to 100,000, 120,000 HP, and we'll need the tools to deal with that. So I really thought we'd have more weapons to craft from the tree, that things like the normal weapons that go to rarity 10, perhaps not a new rarity, but that they would have more upgrades, especially because some of these weapons just have a plus. They have their name and plus. Usually they don't have a plus in their name, they are called something specific. So I still think that's gonna happen, but additionally it seems we're gonna be able to continue upgrading armor, and not only that, it seems we're gonna get more skills in armor. For example, here the Malzino braces have blast attack +1, which is fine. I like that because it adds more build diversity, which is always appreciated. That means we'll have more decisions to make when building, and it checks up the meta, which I love, gives us more things to craft for. My bigger concern though was looking at the next image, and this time with Malzino it seems that we have different skills. This one, the first one, seems to be chain crit. I don't know about the other one. And in this second image it seems it has critical element and something else. I think it was light resistance or something, I don't recall, but I know one of them, the first one, I think is critical element. Now this is my concern. I'm thinking, what if this is RNG? And that's where things kind of get complicated and my biggest focus of the video. I'd personally like having more skills because, for example, I've noticed the meta is all about handicraft, because there's not that many weapons that go to natural purple. There's some, but a lot of good weapons, for example elemental weapons, only go to white, so you have to invest to get handicraft, and that leaves some spots open for things you would like. For example, at the moment I just don't see many weapons that have negative affinity. This is because the focus on handicraft to get the purple sharpness, and also it's so easy to scale attack right now that weapons with negative affinity don't really have the slots for us to compensate the extra affinity. So that's pretty cool that we can add some crit eye to our armor sets and kind of give relevance to those armors again. That's nice, but honestly this is kind of a concern. We already have enough RNG with charms, and most people don't like the system because of how ludicrous it is to get a god charm. In base rise it was 1 in 390 billion. And not only that, but of course the odds are stacked against you, so it's damn near impossible. You might as well play the lottery. And in Sunbreak it's probably like, what, with the new skills, 600 billion I'd say. So we already have enough RNG in charms. But now, if this is the occurrence, if this is some Safi type upgrade system, it's gonna suck because you have so many skills in the game. And with Safi it was a bit different. There were some ways to kind of deal with it. I do believe that the whole soaring power did something. I heard it didn't do nearly as much as people said, but it definitely helped. And something else that it did was if you were looking for attack boost 2 and you had attack boost 1, usually you'd get attack boost 3. From what I remember, it was like that. So there were still some ways to mitigate RNG, but in this case I doubt we'll have 2 points in one skill. We already get 2 skills per armor, it seems. We might even get more, who knows, but for us to get even more than that, I don't think that's the case. I think we're just gonna have one level of most abilities, so count how many abilities are in the goddamn game. Yeah, that's a bigger concern. Now, I don't know how to feel about this, honestly. Personally, if they wanted to do this system, I'd rather that they would have us using materials to infuse it with the armor and give us skills that we want. And different armor pieces would have different skills. That would give us so much diversity. Yes, some of the strongest armors in the game may have high defense and some decent skills, but you can only get garbage in there. But other armor pieces, they're not that good, but let's say they have chain crit, weakness exploit that you can craft there, so that would help us make more decisions. This is just gambling, honestly, and at this point I am extremely concerned. I understand that they're trying to give us more to do, and I love that. I did the survey and I put that I wanted more content, but not this way. I don't think this is the way. We already have the garbage random RNGs, now we have this. I guess this is their way of kind of pairing with Iceborne, because Iceborne adds the decoration RNG and it also had weapon RNG later on with Kulve and Safi. So I guess this is their way, but instead of weapons we have armor pieces, but it's unnecessary. And we still don't know enough about this, honestly. This is just my concern. It's just me rambling. But I don't know. I would say that I like the system if there's, even if it's RNG, if there's some manipulation to it. Personally, I'd prefer the example I gave, having different armor skills available for different armor pieces. Who knows, maybe Malzino's braces do have 5 skills, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Blast on the first screen, then Chain Crit and the other one, now Crit Element, so who knows, they might have a big pool to choose from, and I'm fine with that. It's just, if it's completely RNG based, then we'll have to farm a lot of afflicted monsters, or honestly, people will just mod it, PC players will just mod it. We'll just mod this shit, and honestly, I don't blame anyone. Charms are bad enough, and if you think that people don't like all these RNG things, well, I'd say that in this case, the charm editor on Nexus, where you can download mods from, having 360,000 downloads really tells you something. So people do not really like all this RNG, and I can honestly see people modding this as well. I don't know, personally, in World, I never modded any decoration, because with enough grind, doing the right things, I got every decoration that I could want to. So charms are obviously different from what we mentioned, and adding this, I don't know, it might be, they might be generous, Jesus, generous, God. That's why you don't record after going to the gym. I'm exhausted, but yeah, they might be generous and just give us a possible pool for different armor pieces, and at least we know what we can shoot for. So there's ways to mitigate the RNG. You can completely remove it. You can just give us the pools so we know and people don't have to data mine it. But honestly, considering it's Monster Hunter and they love not giving us any information whatsoever about skills, people will probably have to data mine it if it comes to pools. But yeah, honestly, I'm excited for the system. I really like this. I think it will push the build diversity even more, which I'm extremely excited for. But at the same time, if it's just another RNG fiesta, then I'm not excited if that's the case. Also, it seems, let me check, it seems that they also change the elemental resistances. That's cool, giving us more to play around. I like that as well, but the focus on skills is something I'm concerned about. But oh well, we'll see. Hopefully it won't be RNG based, or they'll just add some RNG, but just being like charms, like no one wants that. I really hope they're aware of that. But anyway, as I said, I'm excited depending on how this turns out. If not, then well, Nexus mods, here I come. Fuck this, man. This is just... Especially because if you're giving us this much customization, that means that what's coming in terms of monsters is freaking cracked. We're gonna have some beasts facing us. And if that's the case, which I think it will, I think these new monsters from all these title updates are going to be fucking insane. I mean, we can't waste so much time prepping for a monster just on a fucking slot machine, you know? So, I don't know, I really hope this is not RNG based. It's just a concern. I know I may be rambling, but after killing 300 hours on the Switch version and not even getting a guard charm for Charge Blade, yeah, I'm a bit paranoid, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's about it. We still don't know how this is gonna happen, we just know it's with afflicted materials from the new monsters. So we shall see. Apparently there's a stream 2 days from now, so we'll probably know a bit more by then. But nevertheless, I'm excited and let's see how this unfolds. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll catch you later. Peace.